Hi guys, it's Brittany. So today is going to be a Q&A video and here are the questions I got. 1. What do you like to do on Halloween? Well, I like to have fun. Just simply um, dress up in a costume, have fun, have some Halloween candy with me, a bag of Halloween candy and um, watch some scary movies and yeah, just that, have fun. And yeah, I know that there are some other things I know I would love to do on Halloween. Like, I know, even during this time, and I know that when this whole virus thing is pretty much over and when it does goes away, and then things get back to normal, there's one thing I would love to do on Halloween or even before Halloween. And that one thing I would love to do is to go to Universal Studios of Halloween Horror Nights and to, uh, go there, like I said, even at least before Halloween, and where I could go through the scary, horror, even horror movie themed mazes and attractions, and even people like the employees dressed up in costume, but they're scaring those who come to the park. Yeah, I would love that. Like, I would really love that. That seems like a lot of fun. But I think on Halloween, I think I would, um, like in a near future, I think I would probably even throw a party. Now, of course, for some who have parties, they would have, alcohol, and it would get really crazy and it would get kind of scary, if you're not careful. But no, I would not have that. With me, it would be more like fun, more like there's soda around, no alcohol, but there's soda, there's coffee, water, and just things like that. And, you know, friends and family can come over. Or let's say if I don't want to have a fun party, but if I just want to be able to relax, still dress up, and have fun, watch some scary movies, and just feel comfortable, then yeah, that's like either way, I wouldn't mind. But yeah, that's something I like to do. 2. What movies are you watching? Well, I would just say, during isolation. I never say quarantine. The reason why, because to me, I don't know, to me, I feel like I probably would say that if I wasn't really like at home. But let's say, um, I don't know, I think I'll probably use that word for something else. But during this situation, it's like, no, I don't want to really use that word. I just rather say isolation because that's what it is too. So I have to say during this isolation, time period of this year, I have to say I've been watching some different movies. I've watched some movies that I haven't seen before, and some of them that either I haven't liked or some that I actually did like. And I've also been watching some scary movies. I've actually watched some movies that actually quite really did scare me, and I just got chills. Um, like, for example, I remember it was last month. It was somewhere in September where I was watching The Conjuring 2, because you can look back on this, but there was um, there was a year, I'm not sure how long ago it was, but there was a certain year were, on Halloween, that I did a reaction video to a scene from The Conjuring 2, and that really scared me. It did. I remember I jumped and screamed, and if you want to see that video, I can have the link in the description below. But the thing is, I remember saying that I haven't seen the movie, but I would see it to see how it is. But I finally did saw it because I have HBO, and so it wasn't too long ago when I first watched the whole movie of The Conjuring 2, which is based on scary true events of, the paranormal and a certain story. I think there are some things they made up that probably are true or not, but I either than either than that I don't know. But when I first watched it for the first time, I was so scared. I actually got chills. Like, I'd say especially with the oh, sorry, that was my phone. I'd say especially this part really scared me is when seeing how, this painting of the demonic nun, and the name of that was phallic. So seeing that really gave me like bad vibes, and yeah, I was just feeling very uneasy looking at it. But of course, you see this thing more than once, and even towards the ending. So I don't know, seeing how it acted very vicious and dark and evil that way, and seeing how it represented itself that way, which was very scary. Like I said, I got so scared. I was uneasy, and even towards the end, when she had to face Balak, when she had to face it, and like when she said something which made it go away, like even that, like the whole thing, I just got chills because that's what happens. Like when I get really scared, depending what it is, like if something really scares me, like if it scares me where I feel uneasy and I just feel like, um, I feel terrified, then yeah, I get that where I get chills, and that's what I got. And um, oh yeah, I've also yeah, there are some other movies that I've seen. What TV shows are you watching during isolation? Well, at the moment, um, every night when I have dinner with my mom, we would watch at least a few episodes of Monk. And considering that I haven't seen it before, and since we're still watching it, yeah, it's actually quite good, and it's quite funny too. And yeah, I like the show. It's really good. And there's some other shows I've been watching. Like I've also been watching like Once Upon a Time and some other shows. Okay, last question. What TV shows and movies that you've seen scared you? Well, I'd say considering that today is Halloween, why not talk about that? Now, I'm gonna start with the TV shows first. Um, Actually, there are not many. There's not really many TV shows that I've seen that actually scared me. Um, Now, I do know that maybe there are some people who can't handle to watch The Twilight Zone. Now, as for me, I love it. I love The Twilight Zone. It's just a great show, and plus, I love the music. And maybe there are some who feel, maybe a bit scared. Maybe to them it sounds kind of eerie, but I mean, yeah, it may. But other than that, the music doesn't really bother me. But like I said, there aren't that many shows that I know that I've seen that actually scared me except for one. And of course, I really don't want to mention it because I don't want it in my head. But if you have seen this show, let me know. If you haven't seen it, you can go check it out if you want to. Uh, but this show in particular does scare me, and it still gets to me, which is why I don't want to watch it again. But it's called Beyond Belief, Fact or Fiction, and of course, it aired from the 1990s, and it ended around like I think 2002, around there. And so of course this show, it shows at least five short different stories, and each one, you have to guess which ones are either true or false. And of course you get, so when you guess, depending what how your point of view is from that story, you have to guess, and you might guess it right, guess it wrong, but either way. uh Now I'll just say some of these short stories that they show, some of them are not scary, they're not, but there are some of them that are, and for those that are like real scary, I'm not gonna mention on here because it will, mm, you know, get stuck in my head. But the one thing I really don't like, which may not bother some people, or they might be on the same page with me when I say this, but I think most of all, not just the scary stories that, you know, scare me, which kind of, get stuck in my mind at certain times, especially when I'm alone or scared. But even the music, the it's like the music of the introduction at the very beginning when the show starts, like that, the music itself, it's it's just one of those things where it will get stuck in your head, and it'll be, going on and on and on, and it's actually hard to get it out. And yeah, that's why I don't ever plan to watch it, because like I said, there are certain short stories that are on there that make me feel uneasy, and I would not consider watching it again. And plus, like I said, even with the music, that really, really bothers me, and that makes me feel uneasy too. And yeah, there have been times where I'm like, okay, I gotta do something to get this out of my mind. But yeah, if you have seen the show, let me know if that had bothered you or not. But I know with me, uh, it would always bother me. It would always make me feel uneasy. Um, Now, as for movies, there have been some movies that I've seen that actually scared me, like The Conjuring 2, like I just mentioned. That gave me chills. Even arachnophobia, because, I have a, a fear of spiders, and seeing them, I get chills too. I get jumpy. There's times I feel like I can't move. I feel breathless. Yeah, they're just terrifying, freaky things. Um, Even it, because of clowns, and how this thing called it takes form of the person's worst fear, but since it takes form mostly on a clown, then yeah, I have to say the new one, like the new it, not 1990, because I know that was played by Tim Curry. He did a good job as Pennywise. But as to say, with Bill Skarsgård as Pennywise in It and It Chapter 2, oh, he was very convincing. I think he was so convincing as Pennywise because his performance of that character really scared me. It scared me where I actually, where I actually do jump and I scream and I feel so scared when I'm actually, I feel like I just want to back away and just like hide, hide under a blanket. And yeah, there were times where I think I was like so scared. I was like kind of like panting because I'm like, oh gosh, like, okay, I need to breathe. But yeah, he's that convincing of his performance of that character. So yeah, and that's it for this Q&A, and I'm sorry if it's a bit long. Uh, but yeah, there is one more video I'm gonna do, so I'm gonna do that right now. So that's all for today, and I'll see you at the movies.